Now, in high definition, from the station on your side, this is WAVY News Online.
The Gloucester County Commonwealth's attorney calls it the worst case of child neglect he's ever seen.
We are learning new details about a 6-year-old kept in a cage and so malnourished that she weighs only 16 pounds. 10 on your side's Andy Fox was in court today.
29-year-old Brian Scott Gore entered to get a court-appointed attorney. He did not ask for bond. He tells the judge he's basically broke and claims he jointly owns this mobile home with his wife Shannon. Shannon Gore did not appear in court and has hired noted Hampton attorney Ron Smith to defend her.
We have to tell our story in front of a jury, so I can't tell you our story yet, but believe me, there's two sides of this story.
Part of the story is Brian Gore telling detectives where they can find the remains of one of their children that was buried sometime during 2007. Indeed, the detectives found the remains in a wooden box. And for that, the Gores are charged with first-degree murder, along with felony child neglect.
We're waiting on autopsy. I mean, when you've got a body that's that desiccated, the ME's office has its work cut out for it. So we're waiting to see what they can tell us.
Commonwealth's attorney Bob Hicks says he may be adding more charges or fine-tuning them, but it is clear he is weaving a complicated and emotionally charged story.
How, Mr. Hicks, outraged are you with what you have read?
You haven't seen the pictures. If you saw the pictures, you would cry. You would cry.
Brian Gore admits turning his 6-year-old daughter's crib into a cave where she stayed for most of the last year. She could not walk when investigators found her in the cage last Thursday. Brian Gore says the 6-year-old would be fed one Pop-Tart in the morning and one in the evening. Today, she only weighs 16 pounds.
Her condition yesterday was she's still in intensive care. Condition is guarded, whatever that means. I think that's better than critical, but not quite fair.
The Gore's 1-month-old son is in foster care and did not require hospitalization.
Oh, everybody who has had a piece of this case is. The office, I mean, and our officers, they're coming off a tornado duty and then having to deal with something like this. It's really rocked our community.
That's 10 on your side's Andy Fox. The investigators and prosecutor in this case are working on the assumption the daughter was born in November of 2004. That would make her 6 years old. The Gores could not give an accurate birth date. The Gores have a preliminary hearing August 2nd in Juvenile Domestic Relations Court, and the charges will go to a grand jury. If indictments come down, then the case will be transferred to circuit court because those charges are felonies.
A Newport newsman is behind bars. He is charged with making, receiving, and possessing child pornography. Police arrested Ian Hardney last Friday. Detectives say the investigation started in November when a computer repair company called police about what was on Hardney's hard drive. Now, according to court documents, investigators found multiple videos of child pornography and sexually explicit images on 2 laptop computers seized from Hardney's home. Detectives say they also found sexually explicit images on a digital camera and cellular phone that belonged to the suspect. Investigators are still identifying and interviewing potential young victims.
Now, in high definition, from the station on your side, this is Super Dapper 10 Online.
It's going to be cold overnight. It'll drop on down into the 40s during the overnight hours. Not likely to be a record. The record is 42. It's set back in 1957, but it's likely to be at least around 45, 48 degrees, even into Norfolk, close to the water's edge. So again, very, very chilly overnight, but we're going to rebound coming up for tomorrow. It'll be around 67 degrees, and really that'll be the coolest out of the next 7 days. It'll be basically around 70, 75 degrees thereafter. Slight chance of rain Friday, late afternoon, more likely evening, and also into Sunday morning. We're looking at a slight chance of rain there. Now, as of the dinner hour, it warmed up a little bit with a little bit of sunshine over the area, but it's going to stay cool overnight. Temperatures drop on down. There's where things are, 43, 44, 50 for the south side. It'll be around 42 to 48 for the peninsula, around 43 to 46 degrees, and for the middle peninsula, northern neck, eastern shore, around 42, 43 degrees. So again, very, very chilly overnight. Nice recovery coming up Thursday. Definite recovery coming up for Friday and into the weekend.
And thank you for watching WAVY News Online.
Join us for the latest news tonight on WAVY News 10 at 11.
Now, in high definition, from the station on your side, This is WAVY News Online.